All right. So today we're diving into a story that's completely bonkers, so utterly grotesque, and you're going to think I'm making it up. I wish I was, but we're talking about Kermit Gosnell. Gosnell, one or the other. So, yes, Kermit, like the frog, but the guy was no singing, banjo playing Muppet, that's for sure. This guy was a real life monster running what can be described as a house of horrors disguised as a medical clinic in Philadelphia.
Disgusting. And I know exactly what you're talking about. This is the story that gives me nightmares, literally.
Yeah. So this guy, Gosnell, calls himself a doctor. He's got this clinic, a women's medical society, which sounds so professional, right? I mean, it sounds weird too. Women's medical society. So clean, so caring. Yeah, not so much. It was a filthy, dangerous dump where laws went to die.
That is just insane. Professionals is not the word I would use, that's for
Mhm.
sure. I think cesspool is more accurate.
Yeah. So, what was his specialty? Oh, just the run of the mill, illegal, late term abortion clinic. A little post birth infanticide on the side. And for fun, he ran a full blown prescription pill mill. Because why not? It's a one stop shop for all of your questionable needs.
Yeah, more like a one-stop shop for evil. Who needs a moral compass when you have a prescription pad? Like, that disgusts me.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I heard about this years ago, except he recently died, which brought it to the forefront. The cops finally raid this place in 2010. And what do they find? Oh, just remains of 47 fetuses and babies. Not a big deal. Oh, they were just stored haphazardly. We're talking in bags, milk jugs, orange juice cartons, my personal favorite, cat food containers. Because when you're storing human remains, what's better than a fancy feast box, I guess? It really adds that special touch of class.
I'm gonna be sick. Like, seriously, cat food containers? How does a human being even get to that point? That's not just evil. That is like a deranged person.
Yeah, but wait, because it gets better. So they found rows of jars, and what was in them? Just the severed feet of fetuses. So why little feet? Like little trophies? I mean, who does that? And in the basement, there were piles and piles of medical waste, and they just stacked it to the ceiling. It was basically a biohazard nightmare.
Trophies? He was keeping trophies. That is horrible. This is
Yeah.
like something out of a horror movie. Seriously, like we see this happen, except for it's really happening in broad daylight.
Yeah. And the patients, they were treated just as well. Women would be given drugs to induce labor and then just left to wait for hours. And when did they give birth and where? Well, into toilets. I'm not kidding. So staff testified that it was standard procedure for women to deliver viable living babies into toilets while waiting for Dr. Kevorkian's cousin to show up for his shift.
Into toilets?
Yeah.
I I really cannot even process that. How is this standard procedure for anything other than complete breakdown of humanity?
Definitely. And what happened to those babies who were born alive? The ones that were breathing, moving, and maybe even crying? Well, Gosnell and his staff had a charming little procedure that they called snipping. So they'd take scissors and snip the spinal cord at the back of the neck in the base. So staff testified that happened hundreds of times. Hundreds.
Just really quick, I have to cut you off
Yeah.
just to say I cried earlier because I accidentally flushed a spider down my drain. I literally cried. I'm not taking this very well. This is just, I don't know how you find for these stories. It's insane.
Yeah, so it really is awful. So they would then the babies, they'd hear them and just make sure, if they were making noise or not. And another was left for um 20 minutes before
Alive.
alive. Yeah. before being snipped. I read that all wrong because I think I'm in shock.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be? Snipping? They gave a cute little nickname to something that's beyond words.
It's just pure evil.
It's evil. Yeah. How did anyone work there, not just run and scream? Like, how could they do that job? They should be in trouble too.
It's like they're desensitized, like kind of what the internet's doing to all of us, I guess. It's like once you do one bad thing, I feel like it kind of sets the ball rolling. Either you feel guilty about that bad thing or you keep doing the bad thing.
I'm just grateful for whoever like started off our world. Like they knew this was not something normal that shouldn't be standard procedure. Cause who knows? You have to think about like whoever created everything and started it. Could you imagine if their mind was like, or would we be following in those because that was what was norm? Like this, you could go do normally and just, it's no big
I mean,
deal.
some people just don't have a conscience, and I guess if you believe God made us, and I mean, I don't know. You took that to a
I'm just
different
saying,
level. I
like,
wasn't ready
could you
for it.
imagine if what he did was like legal?
Yeah.
I mean, and how many of him are there that are
Oh
doing
God,
this?
yeah. This is why
Sorry, I was
this is
getting
why we
scared.
get to talk about this because there's so many wackadoos out there.
Unfortunately, there's a lot more, so I'll
Yeah.
shut up and let you
More
keep
stories
going.
coming. So, one of the women was left for hours after Gosnell tore her cervix and her colon while doing her procedure. So, she was sent home with fetal parts still inside of her. She got a massive infection and nearly died. Another had a punctured uterus. She went into shock and he just held her there for hours. I mean, when a patient had a seizure and fell off the table, cracking her head open, did he call an ambulance? No, he did not call an ambulance. He wouldn't let her companion leave to call for help. Like, what a guy. Kudos.
He's no guy. He's a freaking monster. He actively prevented people from getting help. That's not malpractice. That's murderous intent. He should get murder for all of those babies.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, in hundreds. I don't know. I just say we put him down, not even waste taxpayer dollars, but we kept him and we paid for him to be there. So the grand jury report said that wasn't about abortion politics. That was about a disregard of the law and disdain for the lives and the health of the mothers and the infants. Like, no kidding.
Finally, something that makes sense. It's not about political debate. It's about psychopath who's allowed to prey on the most vulnerable people because when you're in those situations, we all know that you'll do things you normally would not do.
Right. Like when you don't have the money,
Did
to
anybody
handle
die
things.
during these? Do you know?
Well, other than the infants?
I mean, like, that's horrible enough, but I meant like
No, I
um,
don't think anyone died, but there were huge medical problems as we talked about.
that they
above.
probably could have even died from by now. Who knows? That's just sick.
Yeah. And here's the part that will really make you want to scream. This wasn't a secret. People knew. The Department of Health basically just stopped inspecting clinics for political reasons. They got complaints and they got detailed reports. So one ex-employee went to them way back in 2001. And granted, this wasn't found out till 2010. So in 2001, with a written complaint, and they did nothing. A hospital nearby treated a woman who had been mangled by this guy and only reported one case. That means there were several, not just one. So the National Abortion Federation sent an evaluator who said it was the worst abortion clinic she had ever inspected. And then they didn't report it to anyone. They're just dropping the ball. What? Because abortion is, so debatable. Not everyone agrees with it.
So
You're just
this
gonna let
lady
it
said it was
go?
the worst thing she ever said and didn't. That part makes me so furious. It's not just about him, it's about the system that enabled him.
Mhm.
Everyone who saw something and said nothing is complicit in my eyes. They have blood on their hands, like I said earlier.
For sure. So the clinic was only caught by accident during a raid for his illegal drug prescribing, and the whole system just looked the other way for decades while this monster operated out of his charnel house.
By accident. That's the most infuriating part of this whole nightmare. All those warning signs, all those chances to stop him, all those people coming forward to in that document. It's pure luck that finally shut him down.
It really was. So
And
what
that's sad.
Yeah. So what happened to him? He was convicted of first-degree murder for 3 of the babies. 3 out of the hundreds. So, manslaughter for a woman named
So he did kill somebody.
I guess so.
Karnan Maya Munger.
Who he overdosed, and a whole bunch of other crimes. So he got life in prison without parole, and he died in jail March 2026 at 85 years old.
So he didn't go to jail. It was what, in 2010 this all came up?
Yep. And then died 16 years after.
So he got to still live a lot of his life because he was older when he went. And
yeah, he wasn't caught. So
good riddance is right. I wish he rotted in there for just another 50 years. That would be a better place.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world would be a better place without him.
That is so true. So that's the story of Kermit Gosnell, a man who kept severed baby feet in jars, ran a clinic out of a horror movie like set, and was allowed to do all of this because people who were supposed to be watching over and mandating all of this didn't. So it's enough to make you lose faith. Well, that's everything.
Yeah. And if there's photos and evidence, if you want to look further into this case, it's quite disturbing and devastating.
I'm hoping we can start like adding some pictures to
our things, which
podcast.
Maybe we will.
I don't know how to do that. I tried it one day.
So that comment will not make sense if you see photos throughout the video.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think
Sad.
People's psyche is like, we're fucked.
I just don't understand, like, how many people worked for him. You can't just have one other sidekick. And what is that person? Like, did they get in any trouble? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they did. They were just complicit in it. And I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have been running. I mean, I could not believe those pictures, and it was filthy. It was disgusting.
And just
but desperate
frozen
people,
in a fridge.
Yeah. So I just think people who, when you're poor and you don't have, a lot of people to turn to and you don't have guidance, I mean, you make sad and bad decisions.
Yeah. And did they know did they know the legalities? Because some of those were not illegal, let's say, if abortion's illegal. Don't even look at the sheet of the pricing.
Yeah. And the partial birth abortions were the biggest thing. I mean, those I believe have always been illegal. I could be wrong.
That wasn't on the list. That's what I was curious about. Like, what was he charging those people? And did half these people hush hush because they had somebody in the family that they sent to him?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like he did these bad things, but yet girls were out searching for this. So
and I bet you a friend of a friend probably seen him. Like, I went to this dude, you go to this dude. That's how he's probably got a lot of his business, was word of mouth.
And they don't care if it's dirty or not. They just don't want to have this
baby. At that point, there's maybe some major
You should have taken care of this long before you got to a full-term pregnancy.
Can't you get...
I mean, mistakes happen. I have had many drunken nights of stupid moments. I am just saying, you cannot wait that long to handle your shit.
No, not at all.
Even if you agree with abortion or don't agree with abortion, I'm saying an early abortion is better than a late abortion. You don't know. On that note, I'm done with the abortion talk because I know that's going to get me a lot of hate. I mean, if I can't post about a murder in Sylvania without you guys attacking me like I am the devil, like I did it, then I don't know what we're dealing with here. So what did you think about that?
So the whole Sylvania thing about your post and people attacking you, or about the whole thing happening?
About the whole thing happening. I think there's a lot of layers.
I think it's sad. And I think you get a lot of people on the internet, not just us in our crime podcasts, but I mean, no matter what, people are talking about it. You can see it all over the internet. And it's not like, we got to find out what happened. People are curious to know because they care too. Like, I care about stuff like that. That's sad.
And I think we're all just wondering, like, oh my gosh, what did this Jonathan guy do? Like, what's he thinking?
Were there signs?
Like, seriously, like, okay, you're going to have to pay child support, but you still get to see your kid. You're still not in jail. And then all of a sudden you murder this poor woman who didn't deserve to be murdered. And now you're in jail and you're not getting any of the things.
And my question is, the mom, not her. In a lot of these cases, it seems, why did he go after
Kinsey's
mom? The mom-in-law and not her? To me, that's shocking, because not shocking, but you see a lot of those kind of shows.
Like, it's not normal. Yeah.
Normally, go after the significant
Yeah,
other.
and they say that that is the worst time. When you're going through a divorce or you're leaving a domestic violence situation, those are the most dangerous times. Like, you have to be aware.
I feel like your mind doesn't work right sometimes when you're going in those situations. Like you just make impulsive
Mhm.
decisions, or you could be doing something and it's the other person is acting like they're fine with it and they're not. And then next thing you know, they snap.
You just never know what people are thinking. And I think that's what intrigues me the most is, yeah, I'm just kind of a little couch detective over
Yeah.
here and I want to come up with all the scenarios and then see what really happened. Like, that's intriguing to me. Not to everyone. Is it rude? I don't think it's rude. I think it's curiosity. But, you're right. If it was my family members, would I be happy that everyone's doing this? I don't think I'd mind because I think it's human nature.
I mean, they're gonna see what's out there, and you have the right to scroll and not look at it. You can
Right.
block things, but, I'm sure they're gonna see the WTOL articles and the
Mhm.
news articles before they're going to see ours.
Yeah, and I do feel like this was just like a crime of passion in the heat of the moment because it was blunt force trauma, it sounds like. So I don't think he planned it. I just think he like lost it.
Yeah, until we hear, I guess everything is speculation.
Hmm.
Do know that it's a horrible situation. Very, very sad. Do you think that they make going into counseling almost impossible unless you pay out of pocket? Like, I feel like more people would go get counseling. It's not
Affordable.
covered a lot of times, even with Medicaid people.
That's
A lot of
true.
people on Medicaid probably have some of the hardest struggles and need the most support. Years ago, I was on Medicaid when my kids were
Hmm.
babies, and they would cut me off of it after so many appointments
Yeah.
because I was normal. But I was like, no, I still
Still
need somebody to
insane.
talk to. Like, don't take it away.
Feel like my life, like I'm a middle of the road type of person. Like, we don't have a ton of money like to spare, but we have enough money to get by, barely. I don't know. And I feel like with us, we had some trouble with our children and I wanted to get them in counseling, get this testing done. Do you know if you're working full time and you need a paycheck? I mean, you don't get that many vacation days if unless you've been somewhere 20 or 30
Yeah.
years, and when you're young raising a family, you're not having that option. I couldn't really afford to get that help and have that time off, and then the copays alone, like, Ron's in physical therapy right now, the copays are $100 a visit until you reach your deductible. I mean, that's not fun.
Yeah, they make
I'd
it
rather spend my
impossible.
money.
It's like, "Oh, call 211. You can find all the support you need." But, "Oh, sorry, we're not doing anything for you." Like, I don't know, it just feels like we could do better.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. I don't have the answers. I'm not very political. I don't know, but something's got to give. I did watch this really funny movie not too long ago, and it was kind of about like having like a rebuttal to like the elites. And, there's more of us than there are of them. And why can't we get any of this pushed through to make our lives a little bit easier? Because they're making all of their money off of us. I don't know how you do
So are
that.
you saying all the middle class go after the elites?
Yeah, sort of in some way. I don't know if it'll
There should
work.
be a movie about that.
There is a movie about that. That's
Oh,
what made me think about it.
what is it called? The Elite?
I mean, it's kinda loose, but it has, Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves, and I think it's called Good Fortune. I think I
Okay,
told you about it
that's
once.
what that's about. I did not watch it yet,
It
though.
it it was, but it was very loose. It didn't give you great ideas, but it makes you think, right? So that's where we're at. Just think things through, people.